Hello, so today we're going to make some beef fajitas. I'm just going to show you what you'll need. Just a lower grade, cheaper steak is for fajitas. So we're going to need those, of course, and other ingredients to season the steaks. You're going to need kosher salt that will tenderize it, W sauce or Worcestershire, kitchen bouquet, just some pepper, onion powder and garlic powder, the house seasonings. Later we'll need vegetable oil, an electric skillet, and green pepper, onion, and chili powder and cumin. So that is everything you need to get set up. So I like to group things. So over here on this side is what we'll be needing for the steak. Again, that's kosher salt, Worcestershire sauce, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, and kitchen bouquet. Over here is for later, because we don't need this for the meat. So that's chili powder, cumin, the veggies, the green pepper, onion, and the veggie oil. So now we just need our steaks. We're gonna just put some holes, poke some holes in the steak. And then we're to be very liberal with our kosher salt, to be very generous, because this is what's going to make it nice, juicy, and tender. And then I like to rub that in, so you're going to rub your meat. Rub it in so you barely see those soft chunks anymore. And I just like to rub it in a circular motion like your Karate Kid, wax on, wax off. Okay, and then we're gonna take seasonings, the onion powder, so we're up at our cabin, our second home up north in northern Michigan, and this is one of our getaway weekends, so this is something really quick and simple and easy to make. I just put garlic powder on for putting on pepper. And then we're gonna rub that in, so rub your meat again, and rub it so you don't see it. So it looks like this. That's just one side. Now I gotta repeat that same process, but on the other side. Time to rub the meat. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Okay, now we're ready for the rest of the house seasonings. So there's that. Now we're ready to rub that in. And it's going to end up being about probably 6 to 8 tablespoons on each side. You want to be really generous with that as well. Let it soak into those holes. Might have to work it a little bit with your fingers. Flip them over. Do the same thing. We go through a lot of this. Okay, and now kitchen bouquet. This one a little bit goes a long way, so I like to nut cap. And it's only about starting out 1 cap for 3 steaks. Rubbing that in, it's going to give it a nice color. A nice brown color we're going to want. You can put these on the grill too and then cut them up, but I'm just gonna keep everything all in the same electric skillet. Okay, so we still gotta do the other side for the kitchen bouquet. So we need one cap. So then each one, rub it in. Get a nice brown color. And now they're seasoned. So the next thing to do is to cut them up in strips for the fajitas. Yep. Alright, so our steaks are seasoned. We want to let these sit out at room temperature for about a half an hour. So you can let them set out like this, whole and then slice them, or you can go ahead and slice them and then let them sit sliced for a half an hour or so. So what we do is cut these into slices for our fajitas. So after you cut the whole steak into strips like this, then we're going to want to take your knife, find the center of it, and I like to cut it at an angle so that we have them this size. And then I want to do it one more time, make them a little bit thinner. So we're looking for about pieces like this so that they're easy to, or they'll cook quickly. They're easy to put in the tortilla and easy to chew. So this is the most time-consuming part of dinner, is a slice in the steak. The nice thing is you could do this all ahead of time at any time, because like right now, we're not planning on eating for probably a couple more hours at a minute and want to get it ready. So we can get it all sliced up, tenderize it, season it, slice up the veggies, and then just throw it in the pan when we're ready to have dinner. And then once it's in the pan, I want to take maybe a half an hour before we eat. It's okay if you, when you're slicing, to have some bigger, because they're going to shrink down quite a bit once they hit the skillet. It's hot in that skillet. And you may notice that I just left the onions as rings because they're going to shrink up. So this is the times that we're, okay, so our veggies are done. We need some Mexican spices, so some chili. We're gonna put that right on the onions and peppers. So that ends up being, ooh, I lost the ring, onion ring. So now we have about a tablespoon of chili powder. It's gonna be about another tablespoon of cumin. And then we're going to let those set. So just let those set for a half an hour, and whenever or longer if you don't eating yet. And then once you're ready to eat, we'll throw them in a nice hot skillet. Mm-hmm. So you may notice the only thing that we have left that we haven't used since the beginning of the video is our electric skillet and our veggie oil. Olive oil is good. So these are, we'll need this, and when we're ready to fry them up. So this is going to set in temperature for a half an hour. If you don't feel like eating in a half hour, you might want to put them in the refrigerator and then pull them out of the refrigerator a half an hour before you're ready to saute them in the skillet. Okay, so we are back. We have our skillet warming up to a searing temperature, and we have our vegetables, our steak, and our veggies that have been setting aside for about a half an hour at room temperature. We have our chili powder and our other friend Cumin back to spice things up because we want it to taste like Mexican spicy. So we want to know if this pan is hot enough, so we're going to take about a teaspoon of water, and we can see that it is. So now that means we're ready for our friend veggie oil. So we're going to use our cap to measure. This is a tablespoon. We want just enough oil to coat the bottom. We're going to go about 2 tablespoons. Move it all over the place so it's all even. Okay, so now we know it's good and hot. We're going to put in our meat. I already am. You can just hear it sizzling. That's a good sign. That's our son Dawson, who is not listening and giving his 2 cents. Yeah. So while this was marinating and setting at room temperature, we took a ride on our golf cart. And we came back, and now we're hungry. So we want this to get nice and brown. You don't want to flip it. Just watch it. It'll end up being probably about 5 minutes. And once you see that it's cooked through on the wood, then we'll flip it. So while that's doing its thing, okay, so the meat is ready to flip. So you want to grab as much of it as you can. That's why I'm using a big spatula to flip it over. We're just trying to flip it one time. And I'm going to add just another tablespoon of oil. Maybe 2. And then I'm going to add, now it's sizzling nice, I'm going to add about a tablespoon or 2 of veggie oil to our veggies. And then I'm going to add some salt to those veggies as well. And that ended up being about a teaspoon of salt. So one of the things that we love on this side is refried beans. Straight out of the can. A lot of people don't like the taste of refried beans just out of the can and thrown into the microwave. So to give it a little bit more spice, we like to add chili powder. And you can start out with about a 1/4 teaspoon and go from there until you get the right flavor that you prefer. And then we like to add some cumin and quite a bit of salt. So I'll go with at least a teaspoon of salt. And then mix it up. If you don't have chili powder or cumin, taco seasoning, just a taco seasoning packet, will replace the chili powder and the cumin that we've been using for the veggies and the refried beans. So just stir it up, and then it can go in the microwave for a few minutes. You could also top it with some melted cheese. That's really good. Mozzarella or sharp cheddar or taco seasoned cheese, pepper jack cheese, any kind of cheese that you like. We're gonna, now that the steak is done, we're going to turn the heat down just a little bit. We were at a searing temperature, probably 425, 450. Now I'm going down to probably about 350 for the rest. So now it's time for our veggies to go in. The meat likes it. It's sizzling and saying thank you, welcome, welcome. Now we're gonna mix these all in. Blend them up. And I just want to make sure that they're really married and they're good friends. So I want to add a little bit of chili powder or cumin, or if you want, it's the same thing. You could add your taco seasoning. Your taco seasoning packet. Coat it really well. Mix it up, and then we need to add a little bit of water. So we want to go with the smallest cup. So that you want 1/4 to 1/4 cup. Add a 1/4 cup of water. Let it steam. Put on the lid so it can steam well. While it's in that, I'll wash the beans. We're going to add some cheese to our refried beans. It's cooked nicely through. It was in the microwave for about 3 minutes. So now we're going to add the cheese on top. And we love our Mexican seasonings. We're gonna dribble or sprinkle a little bit more of that on top of the cheese. Put it in the microwave to melt, probably 1 to 2 minutes in your microwave. So we're up at our cabin having steak fajita. Okay, so we're gonna open up our lid. Take a look, and it looks like our veggies could cook just a little bit more. Go ahead and blend them and stir them. Let the veggies cook a little bit longer. Kind of a good steam going on in there. So this is our finished product, our refried beans, cheese topping. That took like, what, 5 minutes at that. And we're coming back to our fajitas. It's been 7 minutes. And it's perfect. So it just needed those veggies just needed to steam. You get a close relationship with the meat for about 7 minutes. And now it's ready to eat. So we can go ahead and turn our heat down or off. Get out of the plate and start rolling in our tortilla. Alright, so we have our tortilla. You could steam these in the microwave for just a few seconds, or you could stick it in the microwave for just a few seconds after you have it made. You just want to take a scoop of your steak and your veggies. That one's a little shy on the veggies. You got to make sure that you have some room to roll that up. Oh, my way. Fishing, or just your right amount. Okay, now you can roll it up. Good. Side and side, side and side. Quick flip, and you have the perfect fajita. But you may want some fillers, maybe a scoop of salsa. You might want to sprinkle some cheese. Personally, I just want some salsa and some sour cream. Okay, so side, side, big lip, lower lip, big hug, flip it, and it's done. And then we can add our refried beans. And then we can add our rice. This is just a packet of the standard rice. It cooks in 7 minutes, so it cooked exactly the same amount of time of the vegetables when the vegetables were steaming in here. I just added a little bit of chili powder and a couple tablespoons of salsa to make it so it has a little bit of flavor and it's not so dry. There's our final product. I hope you enjoy. Having fajitas as a family with kids, not all kids like veggies. So it's really easy. Isabella loves hers with just a steak wrapped in the tortilla. So you just kind of fish for the steak only, and then she just tear right into it. Making sure there's no onion or peppers, but then onions and peppers are there for everyone else. Okay, so then just fold the tortilla, just steak. Maybe your kids will like steak and cheese, but not the onions or peppers. And there we go.